Have you ever noticed how some game maps feel like real places? The narrow streets, old brick roads, and sun-beaten buildings aren't just for looks. They reflect real cities where space is tight and construction adapts to its surroundings. Every carved corner, roadway, and home holds a story, blending design with time itself. Let's dive into the iconic Dust 2 in Counter-Strike 2. The brick pavement that we are seeing here resembles clay bricks or sandstone pavers, which are commonly used in older streets. The underlayer could be made of compacted sand or mortar bed to ensure stability and even load distribution. We can see broken, eroded, and missing bricks in some areas, which realistically stimulates weathering due to heat and sand erosion, heavy foot traffic and vehicle loads, causing uneven surfaces and lack of maintenance. Brick-paved surfaces are low maintenance and easy to repair, making them a practical choice in regions with limited infrastructure budgets. The buildings and houses in this place reflect a traditional Middle Eastern or North African architectural style, commonly found in older urban settlements. The buildings in this place are mostly low-rise, load-bearing masonry structures, commonly found in hot or arid climates. These are likely made of mud bricks, limestone blocks, or concrete masonry units, finished with a stucco or plaster coating. Some walls show sign of erosion and chipping, suggesting aging and lack of maintenance. Flat roofs are common in hot climate locations as they are cheaper to build than pitched roofs, provide additional usable space for storage, rooftop access for HVAC units, also known as heating, ventilation, and air conditioning units. Some rooftops have parapet walls, adding safety and a defensive element. Small and narrow windows minimize heat gain while maintaining ventilation. Here, the windows are installed with security bars or window grills to add an extra layer of protection to keep the outsiders from entering the house without consent. The doors here are mostly made of wood or metal, also with matching security bars for extra safety. Most walls have a sand-colored plaster finish, which is typical in desert regions. As time passes by and seasonal weathering, the plaster is often cracked, chipped, or missing in some areas, exposing the underlying brickwork or stonework. The faded, dusty tones suggest exposure to extreme sun, wind, and sandstorms. Some buildings have small overhangs for shade and rain protection, but this one here is worn out. The gaps in the wooden shade allows the rain to pass through easily. I wonder how they placed those two flower pots over there without access. Maybe they left them while they were building the upper floor of the structure, but that seems unlikely if the operation team made proper planning. The roads appear to be made of weathered asphalt or compacted concrete, showing visible cracks, patches, and uneven surfaces. The texture suggests poor maintenance, possibly due to heavy vehicular traffic and lack of resurfacing. Dirt and sand accumulation on the road indicates exposure to desert-like conditions, where wind-blown dust erodes the surface over time. Cracks and potholes suggest thermal expansion or contraction and poor subgrade penetration. Some roads appear to have been patch repaired, meaning earlier damage occurred and then was filled with concrete or asphalt. Sidewalks resemble to be made with a mix of concrete tiles and clay tiles, with some areas that look like they are chipped or broken. This long horizontal piece here is what we call a curbstone. It is a raised edge made of concrete, stone, or asphalt that separates the roadway from sidewalks, medians, or landscape areas. When the curbstone slopes down to the road level, it is called a flush curb. There is very minimal road markings and signages, which is common in older urban areas with informal traffic flow. Having few road signs indicate either a low priority for traffic regulation or an environment where signage gets removed or damaged frequently, which means we cannot really tell if this is a one-way road or a two-way road. The garbage bins can only be accessed from one narrow lane over there. The garbage truck needs to carefully maneuver to avoid getting stuck, and if there are other cars parked here, it will make the area even more cramped. Here we have an ongoing construction work that is directly in contact with the neighbor's building, which can pose plenty of critical factors such as structural integrity, safety, and legal compliance. If the new structure's slabs and columns are directly in contact with the existing building, there is a risk of load transfer between the two. Excavation, piling, and heavy machinery can induce vibrations that may crack or weaken the adjacent buildings. The two buildings may be made of different materials, which expand and contract at different rates due to temperature changes. If both buildings move differently due to wind, seismic activity, or settling, cracks may develop at their contact points. In many cases, building codes and local regulations dictate a minimum setback distance between two structures. A zero-gap construction may require special permits. With zero space in between, scaffolding, formwork, and finishing work becomes more difficult. To execute this kind of project, if it has to be done necessarily, here are a few solutions that can be considered. Conduct a detailed structural assessment of the neighboring building before construction. Consider using expansion joints or slip joints to avoid unintentional load sharing. Apply high-quality waterproofing membranes and sealants on shared contact surfaces. Ensure proper drainage solutions to prevent water stagnation. Ensure proper fireproofing measures such as fire-rated walls and coatings. Then verify local building codes and obtain any necessary approvals. Here we have a wooden crane, which appears to be a simple pulley-based hoist system typically used in small-scale construction sites. However, in real life, wooden cranes lifting heavy masonry would be rare due to the risk of buckling under the load. Piles of bricks which are stacked on a wooden pallet is a realistic method for transport, but in real-world practice, lifting this without securing it properly, like straps or netting, could be dangerous as the bricks could easily slide and fall apart. As we walk through this city, it's clear that every corner, every crack, and every step is more than just part of the game. It's a glimpse into the real world, where design and history come together in ways that we might not always notice. In Dust 2, the game becomes more than a battlefield. It's a living and breathing blueprint of urban life. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.